trust God that we're recording. So first of all,
Amen.
shout out to you, Celia. Thank you for joining me. How are you
Thank you
doing?
for having me.
All right, I have you on this platform called the Break Room, and the reason why I call it the Break Room is because I feel like sometimes we should stop, pump the brakes, and reassess where we're at in life and where we're going. And you just mentioned off air that don't mind your boyfriend laughing in the background.
He's so loud.
I can imagine. Okay, I've noticed in the past few weeks that love is in the air.
Love's in the air. Love found me. I
Oh,
wasn't trying to breathe it in, but it
I know.
found me.
I remember your words. You were like,
Nothing. Get away from me.
yeah. Without divulging too much personal information, what's up?
N-
What?
we were friends. Our friendship was like so pure and so real, and then it kind of just it was just like the obvious next step, and
Mm,
like it was obvious to him, obvious to me, and he made the first move, and here we are.
salute to him for making the first move.
Yeah.
So it's natural. It was natural. It just came
It
by.
was very natural.
Awesome, awesome. I
I wasn't expecting it at all, at all.
neither was I. Just because I remember you were like over dudes. Like you were just like.
I'm just done. I was just done. I was tired. I'm a brat. I'm a princess, and I'm gonna be a brat and a princess forever. And if you don't get in line, then it is what it is. Just get out of my way.
And with that being said, so
Mm.
when I saw that low was in the air for you like a few weeks ago, I was like, oh snap! I said, okay, and
I
you just
know.
those cheeks of yours were just glowing. They were just stretched out. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
snap!
he's dope. He's dope. I
I can
like him a lot.
I can imagine any man that can pull you has to be a quality because you're quality.
Oh,
Um,
thank you, Michael. I
I,
appreciate
I
that.
value you. I think you're a beautiful, intelligent woman.
Thank you.
I feel you are very charismatic. Very
Thank you.
charismatic. I find you to be a gentle soul, but with fun,
Oh,
with spunk. Like
yeah.
you also have a spice to you that I rock with. I rock with you.
I
So
want peace. I want love at all times. I promise.
I can tell you're a hippie too. So I salute your mate on catching you because
Thank you.
you're a great catch. So interesting. Love is in the air. Interesting. Interesting.
Trying to
Okay.
get like you, Mike. You happy? You got the whole
Oh
picture.
man.
I'm trying to get like that, Mike.
Hey man, listen, it take a lot of fucking work. Matter of fact, May 11th last weekend was Mother's Day, but it also was our 13th year anniversary of dating.
Oh, that's
Uh,
beautiful.
right. So let me tell you the quick story of how it happened.
Yeah, tell me, tell me.
Back in 2011, I was outside.
Outside.
Outside. I was outside. I was outside, but I wasn't a heathen. I wasn't a demon.
Okay.
I wasn't un tigre. No.
Okay.
But I was outside. I was enjoying my bachelorhood.
As
And
you should, you know.
and when I met my wife, I met her in like June-ish 2011. I met her in June. We had our first date in August, and then we were like playing around talking for like up until like May of 2012. And
Okay.
then I want to say, speaking of Knicks, speaking of basketball, I'm at Hooters on 34th Street, and I'm talking to my future wife. We're talking on the text. I'm with my boys, and I recognize that even though we're talking, she had just had an ex of hers in her vicinity hanging out.
Mm.
And I guess my mortality, not like actual life or death, but my relationship mortality kicked in. Like, oh, I need to look in the mirror and see, am I taking this seriously or not?
Mm-hmm.
And then either make a move or not. And I was at that time I was living with with not just my boys. I had three other roommates. It was me, my boy, and two other women. So it
Okay.
was like a mini real world, like a reality show, mini real world. And
Got you.
two bathrooms, four people, wilding out, and we were partying and stuff. But in that midst of that, hanging out and being a bachelor with roommates, I would have friends over, girls over, etc. But
Right.
I started to realize that winter, before May, that there's certain women in my life that I don't really care for no more. So slowly I was realizing it, but then
Mm.
the real driving force home of it was that day at Hooters when I'm texting her. I'm like, oh, like I gotta make sure I work on not just my time but her time,
Mm-hmm.
and I gotta be
It's a
aware. I
compromise.
gotta compromise, and I gotta be aware of her her mortality. That's a bad word to use. This is another word I should be using. But
Not
her,
mortality, but like I
what's the
don't know
word
how to
for it?
say, like her status,
Her status, something
yeah,
like
like
that. Her journey,
her
her
situation, yeah,
situation, her journey.
yeah,
So it was either make a move or realize that recognize that she is her own human being who's making moves too.
right.
So that was like May 10th. The next day, May 11th, I reached out to her and I said, "Yo, we should make this official." And the rest is history because that May 11th was when we started dating. December 31st, that same year, we got married.
Yeah, you don't waste no time,
No,
like
no, I guess not. I
gotta
guess
lock
not.
it
I wouldn't
down.
suggest that.
Okay,
I wouldn't
okay,
suggest that. I would also say, in hindsight, it's important to know your partner. There's no time limit on quote unquote love. There's no time limit
right.
on on having a partnership. You know what I'm saying? If it feels right, you should move on it. But you do need to vet some things in general about a partner. That's Charlie. That's my daughter
Hi,
Charlie.
cutie.
That's Charlie. That's my twin. Um,
She is adorable. God
Thank you,
bless her.
thank you. She's attached. She's on the spectrum. Uh,
Oh, let's
yeah,
go.
she's on the spectrum, and well, she's awesome. She's very lovable. She's very attached to me. That's my partner in crime. She's good people.
She is
Let me
adorable,
tell you.
man.
That's why she's on me
God
now.
bless her.
So
I get it. I get it.
so May
Must be
11th.
nice. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
no,
I'm joking. I'm joking because
you
my
don't come
dad
with us.
left. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, your pops. Oh, you
Yeah,
know your
yeah, he
pops.
did. He did. But it's funny now because he's dead. So it's funny now. Don't worry about
But
it.
you know what? And I wanted to get into your background in general because you have a unique background.
Yeah,
When it
it's pretty
when
normal to me, but
it's normal to you, but as someone not from the Bronx originally,
right.
um, in fact, before I was living in the Bronx, I was in Harlem with my peoples, with my
I
roommates.
love Harlem.
I love Harlem too, and I grew up with like I have a cousin who's Dominican. I have a cousin who's Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
I have Latin folks in my family,
Mm-hmm.
but I was dominated, and I even have like Trinidadian and Indian cousins. But
Oh,
I
nice.
was mostly culturally, whether it's family or neighborhood, surrounded by a lot of Haitians. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
love that.
on one hand I find myself eclectic, but on the other hand I do know dominantly one culture or mostly one culture. So moving to the Bronx and having a wife who's from Dykeman and having
Let's go.
yeah, so you already know ya tu sabes, ya tu sabes. So you that Platono power. So there's a lot more I had to learn about Dominican culture in the last 13 plus years.
Hmm.
Um, and then you have just a cultural mixture where my wife's family, some of them were funny style about me marrying into the family.
Tell me about it.
So I want to ask you, as someone with a unique background, where your mom or both your parents are are Haitian origin but grew up in DR. Is that how it was?
Yeah, so my mom's parents, so my mother's mother is half Portuguese, half Haitian.
No kidding.
Yeah. And my mother's father is Haitian. My grandpa was a Haitian man through and through. Sapase, Nabule, Ola,
Well,
Leve
that's
Mio,
nice.
Leve Pio. That's all my Creole.
There you go.
That's all I got. So I
Don't
got
worry,
for you.
we'll speed you up.
Yes, yes, please. Because my mom and my grandma talk in Creole just to like spite us because we can't understand them. So they can have a whole conversation and it's crazy.
Does your mom know?
Yes, my mom understands it. She can't
Then
speak it as well, but if a person who is speaking Creole to her is telling her something, she can completely understand
understand.
her.
Okay,
And yeah, yeah.
awesome.
My great grandmother, so my great grandmother's Haitian. On my dad's side, I'm not too sure, but he has to be Haitian because I'm dark as hell. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that he has Haitian roots in there. Hey, cutie. And so yeah, then my mom and dad got together, and here I am. They grew up in DR. My mom was raised in DR, so her background is Haitian, but they grew up in DR.
Right, right. She grew up in DR, so interesting. Okay. Now, as a strong chocolate woman like you are,
Hmm.
with that unique background,
Hmm.
can I ask you, what was it like for you growing up in your household
Hmm.
first, with this unique background, and also outside in the Bronx? I want to start with the household, because you mentioned that your father was out the house. So,
Yes.
what
So my mom has four kids. There's five of us because my dad had a daughter before he met my mom.
Mhm.
And so it's the in the house though it was four of us. It's three boys and me. It was
Oh, you're
it
the
was
only
great.
girl.
Yeah, I'm the only girl
Wow.
in the house. Only
Interesting.
girl and the last baby. So spoiled
Wow.
brat isn't an understatement. It's
Wow.
very much an understatement.
Wow.
But not so much anymore because I'm an adult. But growing up, it was bad.
Okay.
Um, this is why it didn't work with guys because I'm like, what are you talking about? I always get what I want. Get out of my face. Get the hell
I
out
can
of my
see that. I can see that.
face. So then yeah, it was the four of us and my mom worked her ass off and got her associate's degree. And I've always known my mom to be a hard worker. So if I hate working, but if I have to work, I do it well. I do it well because I know how to. I've watched someone do it my whole life.
No doubt.
It's me and my brothers, and as we got older, everyone kind of trickled off and lived in their own life. But I grew up with boys, so I'm a little tomboyish, but I'm still a girl.
Right.
I love my home. The food was great. I was never hungry. We didn't have a lot of money, but I was never hungry, and I was never not like stinky and not new clothes and stuff. Never. But
Right.
we weren't the richest family on the block type. But it was great. My dad wasn't there, but now that I'm older, my therapist might say contrary, but now that I'm older, I'm good. He was Thanks, but thanks for your contribution, but we're good on this side.
Shout out, sperm donor. Sperm donor, basically. Sperm
Sperm
donor.
donor for sure, 1000%.
Shout out to you for even acknowledging therapy. I think that's very important to do so.
Yeah, yeah.
Mental health is very important. I want to say your generation, because you're what? You're 97, 96. What are you? 98?
I was born in 1992.
19 what?
92.
Okay, 1990. Sorry, for some reason Siri started talking to me. Oh, there you go. So 1998, you said.
92,
92. Oh,
1992.
92. Oh, okay. So you're old.
Yeah.
So you're also you. So you old. You old.
Not too much, Mike.
You
Not too
old. No, because
much.
you listen to Evelyn. She's a baby.
Yeah, she is a baby, but
I'm
that's
like,
my baby.
I'm like, you're.
Yeah,
I'm like, what? You're what? How
yeah,
old? So
yeah. Me and Ev get along with the age gap and
yeah,
everything. We're
yeah,
like
yeah.
two peas in a pod.
Shout out to her. Also, you're not too far from me. I'm 85, so
Oh yeah.
I'm still a grown, which means an old head in Christ.
Yeah, my brothers are in the 80s. I have a brother in the 80s and the brother in the beginning of the 90s and the brother late 70s.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
probably were somewhat groomed to know some things from like
Yeah, for
before your
sure.
time.
I know Tribe Called Quest. I can't rap it to you, but I know the songs when it come on.
Yeah, you're with it. You're with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with it.
I think for me, there's a cutoff point where like once you're born after like 95, 96, then you're young to me. For
Yeah.
me, for my
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh, you're
yeah.
really young, young. You know
You
what
know what
I'm
it is? You remember those years. So you're like, wait, that's when you were born? Like, I remember doing such and
saying?
such or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, when Evelyn told me she was born in '98, I was 13 years old in '98.
You
I
see?
could have babysat her for money. I could have legit. Christ, it's like this is crazy. You look at her; she's a beautiful young lady as you
Yeah,
are, and
yeah, yeah,
I'm like, yo,
yeah.
you are a baby to me. I
She is a baby.
could have
She's
got
one
money off of
thousand
you.
percent. I should have
So
babysat you,
yeah, I
man.
gotta babysit you for some cheese. So I know, but even though you're young, no wonder you're so mature.
Hmm.
Because you are okay. You're early '90s. Okay, so may I ask you? You say your dad left.
Yes,
Do you have memories of him?
I do. Like he died of throat cancer
Oh, my
when
condolences.
I don't even remember what age I was, but I was older already. And he tried to like come back into my life and like wanted to be friends. And I was like, yeah, I don't need friends. I needed a dad. So like I don't, if that's what you're here for, I we're done. Like we don't need to talk anymore. And my brothers were all like, "Oh, you're so fucked up and how could you do that?" Oh, can I curse?
By all means, yes, by all
Oh,
means.
okay. Sorry. You're all, you fucked up. You should hear him out. We should hang out with him. We should go out with him. I said, I don't need to go out with this man. Like I needed a dad and he didn't want to do that, and that's okay. I gotta go. Like
Mm.
then a couple of months later he died, and yeah. I think
You,
he was just trying to get closure, but
uh,
you're not about to get that through me.
you see that with some people, some men in particular, where they
Hmm.
abandon their duties in whatever life, and then
Hmm.
towards the end they want to come back and make amends.
Hmm.
And I don't know how I feel about that because in one space, I feel like you. I feel like, yo, man, I don't cry for spilled milk. What's done is done.
Hmm.
You made your bed, now lie in it.
Hmm.
And it's not up to me to give you absolution, to give you, a reprieve, to give you a sense of closure. It's not
Make
up
you
to me.
feel good before
Yeah,
you go, because you about to go see God, so you
yeah,
about to go explain to him how you didn't do what he told you to do. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So there's that. And mind you, I'm a man of very little faith. I have some spirituality, but
Hmm.
not so much faith or religion. That's not in me.
Hmm.
But there is sometimes a part of me that's like, I don't know, like, have a Jesus moment and try to hear people out, and not just in your scenario. I mean, like, I have like friends who I felt like wronged me. Doesn't mean they did, but I feel like they
Hmm.
wronged me,
Hmm.
and it'd be a while, and they try to come around, and sometimes I'm like, let me hear them out, and then
What's
they
your
might.
sign?
I'm glad you asked. I'm a Scorpio.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus
a I'm
Christ,
the
help us, Lord.
November 17th, 1985. I'm a Scorpio with a something moon and a
Yeah,
something
what is your
something.
moon? Do you know?
I forgot. My wife be
Damn it.
my wife knows all that stuff. She does charts.
Damn.
She does
Can you
charts.
ask her what's your rising and what's your moon? Can you text her?
I'm gonna text her right now. She'll tell me.
I
She'll
know.
tell me.
I know
She'll
she knows
tell
it
me
off the
in a
top of the
minute.
dome.
What's my moon? Right now, live, we're doing it. Hey, what the hell
What's my
is my
rising and what's my moon?
what the hell is my what is my
Rising
rising? Wait, what is my rising and moon separately?
and moon. Yes, there's two of them. So it's your big three: your sun, your rising, your moon.
Let's see when she gets back to me because right now usually she don't work on Saturday.
Hmm.
She teaches English to adults.
Oh, that's
Um,
wonderful.
because her Spanish is está bueno.
Excelente.
Yeah, yeah. Because she's from Dykeman where like her mom to this day don't know. Yeah, her mom to this day don't know English. Like been here since the '80s and still like no English.
Oh,
Um,
that's crazy.
so yeah, she's on that time. So she's great at teaching English to adults. She'll
That's
tell me
beautiful.
because she's always told me and I forget. But yeah, I'm definitely a Scorpio. What
Yeah,
is
so you're forgiving. Yeah, because you're a water sign, so you guys have a lot of like you guys have a lot of feelings and like you feel them. So like
yeah?
Scorpios can be forgiving because yeah, they want peace too, even though it seems like yeah, don't the way y'all rampage. But
It's funny you say that. My dad is also a Scorpio, and he's 2 weeks born before me,
oh,
and
nice.
30 plus years prior, but still.
Are you a
Um,
junior?
no, so here's the thing. Actually, I'm not a junior, but my name is a legacy name, and what I mean by that is, so my government name is Michel
Mm-hmm.
Bigwood,
Mm-hmm.
Michel Bigwood, and the reason why I'm named Michel is
Mm-hmm.
because my grandfather. If you Google my name, if you take my name and Google it, you won't find me. What you'll find is my grandfather, who was a renowned musician in Haiti.
Nice.
Like he's a quote unquote pioneer. He was a composer, an artist, musician, the whole 9 yards. He has albums on iTunes and
That's
Apple Music.
awesome.
So to this day, like if I meet an OG from Haiti and they see my name, they're like, "Why is your name? Are you related to?" And then I'm like, "Yes, yes." And I gotta explain myself. They're like, "Oh
Yes.
my god!" So I have that legacy. I
That's
have that.
amazing,
I have
right?
that legacy. So my mom, obviously the daughter-in-law of my grandfather, she loved him so much. as a daughter-in-law that she made sure she named me after him. So
Oh.
he's very exalted out there. So when you Google his name, you Google my name, you see him more than you see me. Um, so I'm not a junior per se, but I'm named after someone. I'm named after
Yeah,
him.
you still, yeah, yeah. That's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah. So my dad's name is Charles. But yeah, we're both Scorpios, and then my youngest daughter Charlie, she's a Scorpio now too. 11, 11, 22. So
Nice.
I coming up, growing up, I was never that tapped into astrology, so
Hmm.
on horoscopes and all that stuff. But I
Hmm.
would see some commonalities with some other Scorpios. Like I have to, I don't want to be biased here, but I never met a Scorpio I didn't like. You know. But what I gotta ask you, what sign are you? What are you?
I'm a Gemini. My birthday's in a few weeks.
So you're a June Gemini.
Yeah, yeah, I was excited. You heard it.
What day are you?
June 5th.
June 5th. Okay, so
Yeah.
my aunt, who one of my favorite aunts growing up, she's June 4th.
Oh,
My
nice.
my older sister, who was like I idolize her, she's May 21st, so she's next Wednesday. So she
Nice.
starts it. She's the cusp. She starts it.
Yeah.
And
Ooh.
I grew up with a
How lucky. You grew up with a Gemini sister.
I grew up with a Gemini sister, and we shared the room together all our lives.
Oh,
Um,
beautiful.
I got a few Gemini's in my family. My cousin Jonathan, he's the 25th of May. He's crazy, so don't count him.
All right.
But they say some Geminis have duality in them, like the Kanyes, the Tupacs.
On behalf of all Geminis, we apologize for Kanye West.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all have a bad rep with that man.
We
Okay.
also apologize for Donald Trump. We are
He's Gemini.
sorry.
Oh snap!
Yes,
I
he
didn't realize
is.
that.
Yes, he is.
Ew.
But we gave y'all Tupac. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
we give and take. You know what I
yeah.
mean? We got
June.
we got some heavy hitters in there.
Yeah,
Angelina Jolie and
Yeah, Biggie. Biggie's the 21st also.
Biggie. No,
He's a,
isn't Biggie in March?
no, he's May 21st. He died on March 9th. He died on March 9th.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
ya entiendo.
but
Okay.
he's May 21st. He's the same day as my sister.
Nice. You
So
see? I mean,
yeah,
we great.
y'all have heavy.
I'm like,
Y'all have heavy hitters.
we
Um,
do, we do.
I think Gemini, out of all of the months and all of the
Yeah.
I
Out
think
of
you
all the signs.
all the signs, you're definitely top three people I gravitate towards too. Don't gloat. Don't gloat. Y'all
Nah,
crazy
we
as
the
hell. So
best.
y'all
Yes,
so
yes,
crazy.
absolutely. But what it is that we're just two people. I'm not denying that. It's absolutely two people. And it's like the one we want to be and then the one that we have to be so that this one doesn't get hurt. So it's
Mm,
very much like you pick and choose who we got to be. Like, we're really
mm.
cool. But if you try to hurt us, you try to. And then because I'm forgiving. I'm very forgiving. I want peace, and I'm a Libra rising. Libras really want
I was gonna
peace.
ask you
Libras,
what's your rising and moon?
my rising is Libra and my moon is Leo. So it's very much I
Mm.
want peace and my feelings are don't you dare hurt my feelings. Like that's like I'm a Gemini, so it's like I'm two people, but I want peace and harmony and don't hurt my feelings. Like we're very that's my those are my three signs. But we want peace for the most part. So if you force us to have to be something else, that's on you. That was you did that. We there are some problematic Geminis. But on my behalf, I want harmony.
Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Um, do you believe in the idea that certain signs connect more or have the
Yes.
opportunity to connect more?
Yes and no. Yes, because I gravitate towards certain signs more as well. I really love Aquariuses. I really love Capricorn guys. Scorpio men. eh, eh, you cool, Mike. But Scorpio women are dope. Evelyn's a Pisces, so it's like I do like water signs. It's just that the air in me, you guys want me to give a fuck more than I could sometimes, and that's kind of where the clashing comes. But for the most part, I like everybody. I want everybody to be happy.
To your point, I have heard complaints about Scorpio men. I've had heard complaints about
Y'all
whether
are passionate. Like
passionate, immaturity. I've heard.
I think it's immature because they feel deeply. So when their feelings are hurt, oh shit, like they're gonna rampage because you hurt their feelings. Like they gave you a chance to not hurt their feelings, and you did, and now you must feel the wrath of a
Yeah.
Scorpio.
I I I I think me and my dad are unique because we're the type of Scorpios where we're very creative and
Nice.
artists. We're very artist driven.
Hmm.
Like my dad, not just my grandfather, but my dad's also a musician. He's in his 70s now, touring and recording albums.
Nice. Oh, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. So he has that side of Scorpio ish sign,
Yeah,
but
you guys are creative.
yeah, we're creative. But I have to admit I have seen some man. I'm thinking about my boy right now. You know who he is.
I do.
Some dudes are just toxic. I'm just like, God
Yeah.
damn, like you giving this a bad name. Um,
All right, not everybody. Just
so
like not all Gemini, so it's not all
yeah,
Scorpios.
yeah, because my cousin Jonathan, he's May 25th, and he's a crazy motherfucker. I'm like, you wildin'. But so so your dad, unfortunately, he was out the
Yeah.
house, out the crib, and then he unfortunately had cancer.
Hmm.
You're saying your siblings were more empathetic to his last days?
Yeah. My older two siblings were more like, oh yeah, this is great. Like he's back. And I get it because they're guys. So I think that they cover up feelings more, and like a woman, it's harder for a woman to like have feel a way towards you and kind of gloss over that and continue on with whatever it is we're supposed to continue. She can do it,
Mm-hmm.
not very well. And I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't even gonna give him the opportunity to try to make amends with me. Not even amends. It's just like, what do you want to be my friend? I don't want to be your friend. I want you to say sorry and hand over a wad of cash. I know you don't have the cash, so kind of like, what are we doing? What are you gonna do?
Mm. My moon and rising are both Aquarius.
Oh, that's why
No kidding.
I love you.
No
That's
kidding.
why.
No
That's
kidding.
why
Moon and rising
I
are both.
love Aquarians. I just do.
And as far as regular signs, my mom, my grandmother, and my other favorite aunts, who passed away like when I was 12 years old. They're all Aquariuses. So like the women in my life who were Aquarius, born in February, they always were good to me. Even when they were whooping my ass, they were still good to me. Um, Shout out to my mother. Because my mother was that person. Still is. She's still alive. My parents are both still alive.
Amen. God bless.
Yeah, yeah, and especially for her because she had a brain tumor, so it could have went crazy.
Oh
But
my goodness. God is good.
yeah, God is good. So my mom used to love to check me in public,
Oh
like
my goodness.
yeah, like she used to love to humble me in public, like keep me on my toes. You know what I mean? Like, cause some mothers, and I'm sure in a Latin background and a Latin Haitian background, you may notice that some mothers coddle their sons. Some, and I'm being nice about it when I say that. You know what I'm saying? Some.
Mm-hmm.
By
Mm-hmm.
some, I mean a lot. By some, I mean a lot.
Majority,
Majority.
majority. Right, right,
So,
right.
but and this is why I think culture matters because you know I find that more. I think patriarchy runs rampant no matter where you're from, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it runs rampant. I've seen with Latino culture, like
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I feel like it's the stone for a lot of things, like for a lot of social like social normalities in the Caribbean world, in the Latin American Caribbean world. Because they think that man is the head. So many things are weird, to say the least. Because I don't want to say wrong or bad, because I still live by some of those rules as well. But
right.
it's the cornerstone for a lot of social
Well, we
interactions.
all are maybe not the word victim, but we all are byproducts of patriarchy.
Right.
And some of us are infected like psychologically on how we treat men, how we exalt them, how we don't push women to be their best selves, how we like I said, my uncle who's Haitian, he
Hmm.
married he married my aunt who's Dominican back in the 80s or 70s. So
Hmm.
growing up in the 90s, and they lived on Selwyn Avenue, but they just left to Florida, but they grew up in Selwyn, right by Bronx, Lebanon. So
Mhm.
when you go over there, my aunt Nini Eugenia, shout out to her. She made sure the beer was right there on the table with the coaster, and everything was ready for you, and like you couldn't do nothing. You couldn't breathe without her being right under you to help you breathe. So
God
and,
bless her.
and it reminded me of like those Japanese lifestyles where like the women are just like very subservient and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And,
yeah, she.
and I'm used to my mother coming in the house and slap my dad upside the head. You ain't shit, and kids, like my mother was
Love her.
yeah, my mother was a tyrant. Like I
I
like
love that.
like I had the type of mom where like she loved to curse you out. Love it. It was an artistry to curse you out. Like if the Domino's pizza was late with the food, I'd be like, "Yo, guys, just bring the pizza to me. Don't even call my mama, cause she gonna curse you out." Like she was strong willed. Not to say that there's a patriarchy on the other side of the island, on the Haitian side. Of course there is, but I've also recognized that it's just so much more ingrained in Latino culture. Where does that come from? The idea of men are ish, men are the shit.
I have no idea. I have no clue. I think that it just comes from women couldn't work, you know? So the person who brings home the bacon is the man, and you have to cater to, I don't know, that you, because the women's rights thing is, it wasn't really a thing in DR. I'm not too sure. I haven't looked that up.
Yeah,
But that was like a movement in America. In
right,
DR, I don't know if it was. I don't know if it
right,
was that
right.
big of a big deal. And um I saw a meme that said the other day, like, deep down, women don't really want to work. And to tell the truth, I don't think anybody wants to work.
Wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait,
think anybody wants to do that. Who wouldn't want the life where somebody goes out, does the work, and comes back and brings you money? Who wouldn't want that? Everybody wants that.
well,
So it's just, you know, I
no, no,
think that,
I agree.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. I cut you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I don't even know what I'm saying. Just it's just it wasn't a movement in DR. So like, the girls were fine with it. The girls are fine with being, um from my understanding. Maybe they aren't fine. Maybe they want change and want to change.
Well, you brought up a
But
point.
because,
No,
yeah.
no, real quick. I just want to say something. I just want to chime in real quick. You said something that I like. You said how you saw a meme the other day that said a lot of women don't want to work. What I've recognized is, well, first, just so we all be clear, housework is work. So for guys out there who downplay a woman or a spouse who's home all day working on taking care of the crib,
Homemaker,
homemaker,
that's serious.
that's labor. It's labor to make sure the kids are ready for soccer practice. It's labor to make
That they
sure
have their equipment,
ha-
that all the paper, I had to have a paper done by this day and
yeah,
this, and
and the EpiPens in the house, and everything's in order, and it's work to coordinate a household. So and then if anything, you'd rather be outside for 8 hours a day, mingling with other human people, and taking your mind off the house versus being home all day with
with
just
the
with the
kids and
kids
yourself.
and yourself and your own thoughts and limited people to interact with.
Yeah. And
So
it drives women, not all women, but it could drive women crazy to just not see another adult for months at a time. Only
yeah,
seeing your husband is your only other adult, because you have to run in. If you do see another adult, it's at drop off or pick up, or, oh, hey, good morning. That, not that it's not a life that I wouldn't want, because I would. If you bring home bacon and I could just do that, sure, sure. I'm not saying I'm not opposed to it. It's not what I want right now, but I'm not opposed to it. Um, it's a great life, but I mean, at some point, something has to be more fulfilling. You might want more to fulfill you, and
mm,
everybody does, though. Everyone gets bored. People chase a dream and fulfill it, and then need another one. Like,
mm.
so, I get that. Some woman might have wanted that white picket fence life, and then they got it, and then they're like, all right, well, now I'm
Do,
going back to work.
do you indulge me for a second? Indulge me.
Hmm.
Do you look at things different when it's a man who's a homemaker?
No, I follow a guy on TikTok. His name is Joey Fool. He's one of my favorite TikTokers. It's
Oh,
amazing. It's
good.
great. I didn't have a dad, so I love to see that. I love to see a guy taking care, changing a diaper, and wiping down furniture, and taking. So what? Yeah, he's a parent. He's the same parent. Just because he did carry the kid long for longer. If we're being technical.
Right? From inception, real inception.
Yeah, he's been carrying it forever. So
That's hilarious. You stupid. Uh, I you told me about your siblings and how they reacted to your father trying to come back.
Mhm.
What was your mother's response?
Oh Lord, she was in the kitchen cackling, cackling, just laughing her ass off. She thought it was the because I was reading my dad to filth. Like I was like, I don't want to. No, we're not gonna be friends. No, you should have been here. Should have raised me. You don't even know this, and I did this. Did you know this? What's my favorite color? Da, 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 da. I was giving it to him.
You
Like
gave it to
you,
him, huh? You gave it to him.
yeah, you were. I was at the age where I understood that. I understood the feeling of, oh, I had the choice. He had a choice. He chose not to do it. When you're young, you don't understand why your dad's not around. When I got to the age where I understood, like, oh, this man said no thanks to the four people I created, five, because my sister is also his kid. No, thank you. I'm gonna do this instead, which was drink and smoke and live en la calle con la gente, que si esto, que si otro. Está bien, vete tú para allá, suéltame en banda.
Mhm.
Leave me alone though. Like,
Entiendo.
yeah, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Go ahead, do your thing.
Entiendo. I hear you. Um, you're reminding me of my uncle through marriage. He's not my blood,
Hmm.
but my aunt had a husband back in the 80s and early 90s. Oh, no, really 80s, and late 70s.
Hmm.
Um, we were in Brooklyn, and he had five kids with my aunt. So I had five cousins through him.
Wow.
And after the fifth one, he ghosted. Like I'm talking about ghosted, ghosted like a magician, just ghosted. And
That's
then
insane.
my aunt ended up having three more kids later on that down the line afterwards. But
Hmm.
so eight kids total. But the first five was his, and he just one day ghosted. Like he just packed up and left, and still alive to this day. And their grandmother through him is still alive as well. So for a while, he would reach out to his mother, their grandmother, to keep tabs on her,
On the
on the
on the
mother,
mom, not
on
the kids.
not even on my aunt, on his own mother. Like he would say, "Hey, mommy, how you doing?" And
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
she's like, you know have grandbabies in Brooklyn still,
You
right?
you know you got five kids that
Yeah,
call me grandma.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
and just like you couldn't find him. We didn't know if he was in Cali, in Florida, and whatever.
That's so crazy,
So,
Mike. As a dad, I have to ask you: can you look at your daughter's face and just be like, "Nah, I'm out of here," and never see her again?
not only could do that, I was telling somebody else this recently. I had a dream maybe a few years ago. I had a dream, and I never remember dreams. But I had a
Wow.
dream. I had a dream a few years ago where God approached me in my dream. He or she, God, approached me, and they told me, God was like, "Yo, listen, I know how much you enjoyed your life from middle school on. You had a great time, but I know there's some things you wanted to redo. I'm gonna give you a choice to go back in time, start again from seventh grade, and redo your life with the knowledge you know now of how to maneuver differently. You know what I'm saying? To make better choices. But the catch will, you'll never have Lauren, but you'll know she existed, but you'll never have it because the path you'll take now will be different. But
Oh.
that'll be the catch. And can you handle it? And I thought about it. I'm like, in my dream, I remember saying, "Can't do it. I cannot
Oh
do it.
my
I'd
god.
rather I'd rather just ride this shit out the way it is now.
So
Broken
I
off.
could have her, man.
Yeah, yeah. Like I know
That's beautiful, Mike.
I know what this love is. You know what I'm saying? And I could imagine being without it.
Oh
So
my
I
god,
look
that's
at
so
dude. So I
beautiful.
look at dudes or people. I look at dudes or people who abandon their kids as kind of dangerous. When I say dangerous, I mean like
Wow.
almost like sociopathic or psychotic. Because I'm like, because
Wow.
if you have the ability to just abandon like that and not have that empathy, I can't trust you in various ways. I wouldn't want to have a loaded gun around you. I wouldn't want to have a knife
Wow.
around you. I wouldn't, So there's something about you is not just selfish on the surface, on the micro level, but on the macro level, I feel like you're also dangerous in ways that we can't even begin to comprehend. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Wow.
I look at people like that who have mental health issues, who are weirdos as well as selfish. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Um,
crazy,
and
Mike.
that
That was so well put.
Yeah, and that's not to absolve them. By the way, that's not to absolve them because if I saw my
No, no.
uncle, if I saw my uncle Carl, I'm calling you out by name, Carl. If I saw him in person, as old as he is today, probably I'd whip him out. I'd take my belt off and whip him in the street because how dare you? Because of you leaving, and you came out differently, I could tell, Celia. But because he left, those first five cousins were really all eight now. They're all crazy. They're all crazy, and they all needed that structure. They needed maybe not every child needs their father. Maybe not. I
Every
think
child needs their father.
and you're right. Every child does. But what I would say is maybe some people come out all right without their father or without their parent, but they needed him. I get like they needed him. You know what I'm saying? So
It's just you grow up a little. I don't want to say resentful, but you have the little thing in you that's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with me? That everybody else's dad stood around and mine said no, thank you. That stays with you for a very long time, and it bleeds into relationships and into school and careers into and responsibility. Like some people, my let me not even talk about nobody else, but like some people can't be responsible for the life of them
mhm.
because they never seen it. They never seen a man be responsible. They have no idea what that even looks like. To then expect them to do it. And my therapist was telling me, like, your dad probably didn't have his dad and didn't. Yes, absolutely, 1000%. I'm not saying that he should be, that should be ignored or that shouldn't be an issue or brought up, but like you became an adult. And
Yeah.
at a certain point in your adulthood, you have to decide if you're gonna live in that trauma that, oh, my dad left me, woe is me, I can't do shit right, da, da, da. Or you're gonna step up and be like, all right, I might fuck up because my dad left, but I'm gonna still do it. I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna still do what I gotta do because dime, te va a quedar, dime. You know what I mean?
No, at the end, and they say, "Oh, hurt people." You don't have to hurt somebody
You
else.
don't have
You don't
to.
have to. You don't have to carry this. You
Yeah.
don't have to continue the cycle. You don't have to.
No,
You don't
no,
have to.
no,
Some of this is accountability. It's a choice you made to
for
keep it going.
sure.
My oldest daughter, 'cause I have three. My oldest
Hmm.
daughter is one that I adopted through my wife because, I don't use the word stepdaughter. I don't use that.
No, that's not a thing.
Uh, no. So when I came into her life in 2012, 2011, when she was 5 years old, and her father pretty much was abandoned her. Now he's back in the picture, but he don't really try. But he's
Mm.
around. He's present. No, not even present. He is somewhat accessible. I would say somewhat accessible.
Okay. All
But
right.
for a long time he wasn't, and he would
Mm.
straight play her and abandon her, promise her, "I'm gonna come pick you up," and then would do no show, and you had to watch her cry out in the middle of the street and waiting for her father.
Oh my
And
God.
and as a father who came into her life, I would tell people, what's it like? They would ask, what's it like being a father coming into somebody's life? And I would say, well, it's like Lois Lane, Superman, and Clark Kent. So Lois Lane is the is the woman that Clark Kent, Superman, loves. He loves Lois
Mm-hmm.
Lane. You know, um, Clark Kent works for her at the newspaper Daily Bugle. They work together. They're colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a square. He has the glasses. He has a comb over. He has a tie
Mm-hmm.
and suit. He's a square and a geek to Lois Lane. But Superman, when he comes around, whoosh, Lois Lane's eyes pop up.
And she loves
She
him.
loves, she adores him. But he only comes once in the blue moon.
Mm-hmm.
Day to day, it's Clark who's helping out Lois with the daily grind. Do this, do that, Lois,
Wow.
helping her out day to day. But
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't really see how much Clark's holding her down. It's when Superman comes, is when she's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the dichotomy. What happens when you have fathers who abandon but then try to show up onto the blue moon?
Mm-hmm.
They give that hope, especially to a daughter. Like, I'm here today, and I'm here to sweep you off your
Save
feet,
the
save
day.
the day. But
Yeah.
really, it's empty promises usually,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, for sure.
or it's not sustainable. So I was gonna ask you, but you kind of answered. I was gonna ask you, how did his absence affect you? know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, in mad ways, in wild ways, I was mad rebellious at some point in my life. Thankfully, I was in a church and I was able. It wasn't that great of a church. It was kind of weird. It got weird towards the end, but for the most part, like I know God, and I know Jesus' love and how encapsulating it can be. So yeah, it bleeds into different parts of your life, and you looking for the wrong shit. And like I was really into people who weren't into me. Like that was it for a long time.
Mm,
If you were really into me, I would kind of be like, eh. But if like I would talk to you and you would be like, like not really into it. Oh, forget about it. That's my man, my man, my man, my man. Like real fucked up shit until I had to like reanalyze like he doesn't like you. He's not like don't get away from him. Like you gotta focus on guys that like adore you. And then that's when I made the mistake of dating somebody who was chasing you for years, which I don't recommend. And yeah, but even though that relationship ended sour, he was obsessed with me. And then I picked up like that's the only thing I want. That's the only type of loving I can understand. I can't the nonchalant shit will get you nonchalant.
nonchalant. That might be the that might be the title of this episode. Nonchalant. Let me write that down. Non hold on, nonchalant. Nonchalant. Um, that's funny. I'm sorry. You should coin that.
Nah,
Nonchalant.
I definitely got it off a meme somewhere. I don't remember
Okay.
where, but I definitely read that somewhere.
Um, there's a lot of people, and not just women, but there's a lot of people who are chasing something that doesn't want them back, and it's like a sense of chasing for validation.
Yeah,
You know,
1000%. You had to do it your whole life. So that's what you're doing in your relationship. That's what you think is right. Is to chase, is to, oh, let me convince you that I'm worth it. Let me, because that's what you had to do growing up. You had to convince yourself that you were worth it before your pops left. Like it's just fucked up. Abandoning kids is not awesome. You make weird adults.
yeah, and you scramble their brains. You scramble their
Yeah.
brains. And you scramble
You
their
make their
hearts.
little brain, yeah, you make their little brains like shift into a mindset of what can I do? How can I fix this?
Right,
And it sucks. You should be worrying about what's your favorite color this week. And
right,
if your friend and you are gonna wear same socks to
right.
school, not if you're worthy of a parent's love.
And because my oldest daughter had to grow up with some growing pains because of
Mhm.
her biological, you know, she had to recognize how with our next daughter who was born 10 years afterwards, how she immediately got a head start in getting certain emotional cues and and positive attributes because she got it from the ground up as opposed to my oldest daughter had to learn along the way, and there's still some bumps and bruises along the pathway. So there'd be like not jealousy, but there'd be some envy about how she was
Of
initially getting
course.
certain looks, my
Of
middle daughter.
course.
And I told her, I'm sorry that you were dealt a bad hand initially, but you also now can't hurt
Have me.
people. Yeah, you have me now, but you gotta turn your tragedy to triumph and recognize the blessings you have now. So it's just a work in progress, but yeah, man, I really hate when guys, in particular, parents in general, especially men, who don't take care of their business with their kids. You can't fuck with me as just entertain my guy friends out there, any of my acquaintances or homies. Don't talk to me if you're not taking care of your business.
Hello.
Don't
And I
talk to
think
me.
that if more, like, because you're a black man that got his shit together, you may not feel like it. Because when I say that to my other friends too, they be like, girl, I'm losing my mind. I'm drowning in my shit. But from the outsider looking in, you got your shit together. Your family's great. Your wife is great. Your home is great. You are progressing your career. And you're established. When men like that be like, yo, if you're not taking care of your kids, get away from me, I think it'll change a lot of shit in society because men love brotherly love. Like men love to be cool with their men, with their boys. Like
Right.
they love that. And to get that taken away from them, like, oh, now my boys don't want to see me, like my boys don't want to hang out with me, or they clowning me and shit. Yeah, like yes, I think it'll give more accountability.
Shame. shame,
Shame.
shame is very influential.
Shame.
Yeah, if you shame,
Shame.
if you shame behavior, you have a good shot of curbing that behavior. I agree.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a bro code way of shaming somebody, but I also would say to women out there, ladies, you also have influence where I don't want y'all to co-sign whack dudes. Because
That's a fact, though.
some of these dudes are walking around whack as hell. Like I know he's a whack dude, but why is she talking to him? Why is she talking to him? Oh, okay. I think you stopped recording. Are you here? Or you're back? You're back. Maybe your AirPod.
I'm back. I'm
Okay,
back. I'm
okay.
sorry.
Oh
Evelyn
yeah,
called me.
Coco.
Evelyn
Ev.
called me.
Shout out to Ev.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Oh no. Should I leave and come
No, no,
back?
no. It says you're recording again. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay, okay, okay.
But yeah, shame. I
Yeah,
agree.
ladies dating guys that don't take care of their kids is whack. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do
Don't do
that.
that. You be like, oh, you got kids. When was the last time you saw them? What's his favorite color? What size shoes your kid? Oh yeah, no. If you can't answer those questions, please
No,
keep it moving.
no. I agree. I agree. So as a and you don't know. I'm sure you don't know what your mom truly felt inside. But what do you think your mom felt as a woman when he came around on his last days?
She just like, look at this fool. Like, she's Haitian, so she's Haitian and Dominican, so she's probably like, look at this fool. Like, he's an idiot. Like, and she was in the kitchen cackling. So I think that my mom is very not me. She's very timid and very soft spoken, and she wants a piece of harmony more than me. And I do too, but I will let you have it if I feel like you're wilding.
No
If I feel
doubt.
like you're bugging out, I will definitely let you have it. And she's not like that. She'll probably just cut you off. But I gave it to my dad and she loved it. I think she felt very vindicted when I did that for her. And
Mm,
I will always, I'm like problematic in my family for that reason, because do anything you want, but fuck with my mom. Anything, do anything, play with something safe. Not my fucking mom.
mhm.
I'll blow up the world if I'm just kidding. For fucking FBI people come and get me. But I love my mom. Like, I don't play that shit when it comes to her. I'm gonna get my vengeance for her because she's not gonna get it. So I'll go get it for
I
her.
feel you. I feel you. All right. I wanna. We're almost an hour in. So I wanna.
I know. I'm sorry. Talk too
No,
much.
no. It's been flowing. If you notice, it's been flowing. I want to switch gears and ask you a question,
Yes.
but with the caveat and the premise that I recognize as a guy that men as visual creatures, we take part in silly imagery with women. Like, we poke holes at how women look, how women dress, what they got on, how their body is shaped. So
Hmm.
no matter what culture you're from, men are can be crass and weird when it comes to women. So I recognize that. With that being said, you are a chocolate tall woman with that is black. You're a black woman. You're a black woman. Like for me, obviously I'm a Haitian American. I'm a Haitian guy. I'm proud, but don't get it fucked up. I'm a black man first.
I'm a black man. I'm a black woman.
Yeah. First and foremost, my dad, even though he's light skinned with freckles,
Yeah,
light
your dad is real fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
light skinned with freckles. In fact, his nickname in the family, home and in the greater family, we call him Blanc, which means white. Blanc, Blanc, but he don't like that shit. He's like, I'm
It's
black.
so funny.
Yeah, so he'll let you know I'm a black motherfucker. So
Don't let this skin fool you,
right.
man.
My older sister, she's light skinned like my dad, and they call it Grimel. Grimel is means light skinned girl in
Hmm.
Creole, and she'll tell you too, motherfucker, I'm black. And she's so proud. She doesn't like when she's mistaken for being like Colombian or Puerto Rican or Dominican. She's like, no, I'm Haitian and I'm a Christian Creole. If you say something else, because there is this thing about being black and not just black, being Haitian, that like you are fucking proud of where you come from or where your family comes from or just what your ancestors have gone through,
Right. Yeah.
and the blackness. Now, marrying my wife and marrying to her family, and knowing some of my cousins who are Dominican, I've seen other issues with pride. I've seen other issues with like recognizing black beauty and hair and by the way,
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah.
every culture, including Haitian and Jamaican, whatever, we all have issues with lightning creams and
Uh,
there's a European obsession everywhere. So
yeah, the beauty standard
yeah,
is
beauty standard.
is
So I don't want to just paint it like only DR suffers through this. Every culture has this idiotic
mm-hmm.
view of exalting European like
Beauty, yeah.
beauty standards. With that being said, it
Hmm.
seems like DR has mastered that.
It is so crazy. Like I'm telling you, it's like the last time I went on vacation with my family, I was out. I love the sun. Like I can the way I don't know, I can't explain it. The hue that I feel when I'm in the sun,
Woo.
I don't know. It feels like I'm energized. I feel like
I,
fucking Goku. Like I just love it. So
I love
my
it. I
family
love a tan. I love to get baked. I love a tan.
I love it. I love it. I love when I in the summer I don't look like my normal self.
Love it.
Just love it. I just love it. My family does not.
I wish I
My
was darker.
family,
I wish I
I
was
wish
darker.
I get dark as hell. I love it. Anyway, my family does not like it. They be like, get out of the sun. You're gonna get so black. Yeah, I'm gonna get black. It's okay, you guys. I can't get cancer. Well, I mean, for people evil eye me or whatever, but like I'm melanated. I'm literally made to sit in the sun. Like I'm good, guys. I don't get burnt. I'm totally fine. They don't like for me to get darker. Growing up, I, I have it is nappy. It is considered nappy, but for the most part, I've always had a lot of hair.
Girl,
Like
at least you have hair.
it's all right. It's okay. You have hair right here, Mike.
I
You
know,
all your
right?
hair's right here. So yeah. Oh, do you want to like take a pause? Is it?
No,
No,
hold
because
on.
you kept looking at your kid. Okay.
No, I'm
No,
good.
just asking. Just asking.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, but I grew up getting my hair permed because it couldn't be like this. It was frowned upon. You look like a broom. That's ugly. And then the women that were considered
Man, oh, broom.
beautiful are the yeah, broom for sure. Completely called the broom all the time. Got called the broom.
Wow.
Yeah. Um the women that were considered beautiful were fairer, more fair than I am, and their hair was Taino straight, like Indian straight, like
Indio.
Indian, like
Indio.
real straight, beautiful hair. And yes, that's gorgeous and amazing. But when you grow up and that's the beauty standard, it fucks with you. It makes you think that you're ugly for a really long time. I was like, I'm not attractive. I'm not what people want to think is
Mm,
attractive. Then I got older and I think when I turned like 22, uh society started shifting to the natural movement and the dark skin, and it's beautiful. I was so happy because I didn't always think like I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm ugly, but like I would be like, oh, I'm fine to me. But society doesn't think that my big nose and big hair and big lips is attractive, but it is to me. I think that it's beautiful. My
yeah,
skin glistens, and
beautiful.
yeah, my mom made sure to tell me that I was like beautiful and
Hmm.
stuff like that. And I never the complejo came because I was dark and because my hair wasn't straight, not because I wasn't beautiful. That wasn't the
Hmm.
thing. Um, but then yeah, when the whole shift in society happened with the natural hair movement and Black Power, Black Girl Magic, I was ecstatic. I said, yes, this is what needs to happen. This absolutely needs to happen. You're gonna shape the minds and mold the minds of little girls to be unstoppable, which I love. Like your daughter will never feel like she doesn't have beautiful hair. She'll
Right.
never feel that way because
Right.
she does have beautiful hair, and everyone else now sees, yeah, curls are beautiful.
Yes,
Curls
curls
will
are
have
beautiful.
always been beautiful.
I've
Hmm.
tried to encourage my daughters about their natural hair because when they go off to school, they're meeting other kids who have different hairstyles and hair textures, and they're comparing and contrasting,
Hmm.
and it initially messes with them. So I have to tell them like why they're beautiful just as much as their friends beautiful, and so I've had to have some growing pains with my daughter about her hair and learn some things and learn how to talk to her about her hair and whatnot. But you said so many great things. Like for instance, you mentioned how we've kind of in the last few years have had a resurgence of pride in hair and tone and black girl magic. With me, I since I was born in the mid '80s, I was born in the mid '80s and I grew up in the '90s. So being born in the mid '80s, I would watch content that was old from the '70s, like on TNT, TBS, and just in general, pop culture from the '70s would trickle down to my generation. And in the '70s, they were all about say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, wear afro with a pimp
Nice.
and dashikis and tap into your African ancestry and name your son Malik and Bakari and so there was a whole generation above me that my older cousins were in living in where it was like we are African first. We come from a land not from here, not from the Western Hemisphere. We're from the motherland, and
Hmm.
we should tap into that. When I was born into the '90s, it started to progress and become more about back to European standards.
Yeah.
And then and now you're seeing a resurgence of what you've experienced. And I be wondering, low key, and some petty shit. I wonder how the other folks be feeling about. And when I say other folks, I don't mean blanquitos. I'm talking about people from our culture, but subscribe to the European standards. I wonder how they be feeling about this whole
Know
resurgence.
exactly how they feel. They'll tell you like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't think that that's attractive. Oh, you need to do your hair." Like the ones that are there are certain Dominicans who want to be ignorant. They want to be ignorant. They don't want to like I don't know, like the ignorance towards Haitians from Dominicans, it makes no sense to me. But with the beauty standards, they'll just tell you like, oh no, I still don't think that's attractive. I don't care what the society says. I don't, and that's okay because you'll when history continues, you'll be known as the person that's on the wrong side. You know,
Mhm.
so it's fine. I'm sure that it upsets them, and some of them may not. Some of them may not be upset. But for the people who want to keep it so that black people are beneath them and not considered as beautiful, they're going to continue that. They're definitely going to continue that.
I'm seeing a trend, and it could just be me and my silo, but I'm seeing a trend, and I'm a married man. I'm out the game, but I'm seeing a trend among single folks, especially in the Dominican world, in the Bronx and Uptown world, where
Hmm.
where a good chunk of women, not all women, but a good chunk of young Dominican women are choosing mates outside of their culture, partially because they tell me the men within their culture haven't grown up haven't grown up a little bit in various ways, emotionally maturity, in various ways, but
Yeah.
also just off of beauty standards and expectations, they haven't grown up. So they're finding themselves dating Caribbean men, African American men. With my wife, a Haitian man, because my wife always tells me I couldn't marry a guy from my culture. I couldn't do it. I can't marry a guy from DR. I can't marry
Yeah.
a guy from Dykeman. It wouldn't work. It would not
Yeah.
work. He wouldn't understand me. He wouldn't
Hmm.
appreciate me.
Hmm.
I don't have the waist trainer. I don't have the faja. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do certain things. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, certain standards that Dominican men have for their women are very superficial. Like
right.
that's really important to them, the superficial shit, not so much the intellectual capacity or emotional intelligence of their partner. They don't care about that. They just want to make sure that your waist is little and you have a 27-inch waist and the biggest bunda you could imagine. Like that's the standard for them, and they don't really give a fuck about anything else, you know.
shout out.
And it's sad, but my man is Dominican, but he's Dominican American. He lived in DR for a few, but he was born in America, and he is American, like which is a Dominican American, which I think is why we can work because I'm Dominican American. I'm Haitian Dominican American, so like I can yeah, you can lean on some of the standards from our culture, but I'm gonna shift you back to America where, hey, not here.
Right.
We're not
Right.
subscribing to that. And if you could get that here, you want to go get with a girl with a BBL and I'm not knocking them. Get what you
Yeah.
want,
No.
sis. Do your big one. Live your life how you want. But I don't know. Like if that's the your only thing, there are women who that's their only thing as well. And I
Mm,
just hope that those people find each other, because when they mix in with people who are looking for more, it causes havoc in many lives, not just the two people's lives, you know?
I agree. I agree. Um, a shout to Evelyn, though. She was telling me the same dynamic. Her mate's also Dominican American, and same idea, same thing about the dynamic of being here and being from here could give you a different context on how to connect. Oh, did I lose you? I may have lost you. Lauren, in the meantime, how about Charlie? Look, she's eating. Uh, you'll see. Look, go to her body and you'll see. Oh shoot, I might have lost you, Celia. I might have lost you, Mama. If I lost you, it's okay. Um, I wanted to ask her also about. Oh yeah, I definitely lost her. Well, I wanted to ask her also about her play because she had made a play. She had directed a play. Um, she had made a play about that that I want to talk about, but I'm gonna give her a few minutes to come back. If not, it's all good. But in the meantime, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still riding high off the NBA playoffs. Um, and I want to talk about that, but I'm talking to her right now, Celia. She I don't know. I'm gonna jump her back in real quick into the chat. Anyway, let me jump Celia back into this real quick if I could find her. If I could find her. Look that. Let me show her that. Uh, all right. Let's see if. Oh, there you go. You're back. There you go. You should be back any second now. You're frozen though. You're frozen. There you go. There you go. Can you hear me? You're a little blurry, but can you hear me? Don't worry, I'm not getting off yet. I saw you, but I lost you. I'm here. Anyway, I like what you said. Nonchalance, nonchalant. Let me make sure I know how to spell nonchalance. Nonchalance. Yeah, nonchalance, nonchalant. That's funny. But try one more time. If not, I'll just wrap it up. Don't worry. I wanted to talk about your play, and then wrap it up. I'm still on and can always edit out the downtime. Lauren, pass me my phone in the meantime. I'm gonna order some pizza for y'all. Right where your elbow is. My phone. 4 p.m. today is Fight Club. 4 p.m. You heard?
Huh?
4 o'clock today.
Oh shoot, I gotta tell Emma. So
Anyway, anyway, I guess Celia. Anyway, I guess I lost Celia. So I'm gonna wrap up the episode now. I want to talk. I want to touch upon her time as a director of a stage play she recently did, but maybe on a future episode, um, I'll get back to her because I lost her technical difficulties. That's okay. Life happens. Anyway, thank you all for joining the break room. I appreciate it, and till next time, y'all. Later.